So we were just sitting here discussing something that I honestly feel like we need to have a part two. I had a video a while back of what hard tires become, where it's heading. Let's talk about where it is now. It is basically a small tire class with a bunch of small tire gangsters.
It's a big tire class with hard tires because you don't have a rule for that. Everybody points it out every time.
Yeah,
oh, it's whatever tire, it's hard tire. And every place I go to, everybody that has a big race, except I have not seen More Than Woods. I think they're just a treadwear pattern only. So that means it's a big tire race with a hard tire. That's what it is because it's steel roof and quarters and the 220 treadwear, right? So it's a big tire race. I mean, that's what it is. The problem with small tire at the moment, in my opinion, is that
there's no tire size limit.
It should be the way it was in the beginning and the way it's been since the beginning.
Same as small tire.
Same as small tire with a 220 treadwear, which means 28, 10, 5, steel roof and quarters. Other than that, run what you brung, hope you brought enough.
And I feel that regardless of rim size, like if you have a car that runs a 17, I feel like you should still be limited to
28, 10, 5 or 275, 60. I don't care what you run. I don't care. I'm sorry that you have that your Corvette won't fit. I'm sorry. Jordan's does. Jordan's Corvette fits it because he spent $1,500 to make it fit it. I've spent $40,000 to run the car I'm running in hard tires. So spend $1,500 or shut the fuck up. It don't make me no difference.
I myself enjoy the class because it started out for me as a very inexpensive way to continue to race.
Affordable.
Very affordable.
Not inexpensive. It's still expensive, but what was cool about it is
it was $50 entries.
And my wife's 2012 Caprice could come and spend $50 on an entry fee and run a 690 and be competitive for a few rounds, and everybody could have fun. It evolved into a small tire class, a big tire class, whatever you want to call it, and that has turned it into something amazing. To be honest, it is fun. The entry fee's still fairly cheap.
Some places.
Yeah, $100 entry fee is what it should be. We all race for the pride. It's a tuner's game. It doesn't matter what you have or how fast you are. When you put that hard tire on, it's a game changer. Everybody's limited then by the tire and the surface. And they're not just limited by, I can put 80% of my power down. They're limited down to 20% of their power. But
hard tire also, it levels the field, like he was just saying. So, like, you've got guys out here that can make 15 or 16 or 1800 horsepower. They can't use that on a hard tire, and if they do, Lord have mercy. But you take a guy, one of my friends, for example, Scooter, he's got a truck that may make 550, I don't know, 600 horsepower, or maybe even less, I don't know. But he went out, put a hard tire on it, didn't expect it to fall out of a tree, won his first race. Has enjoyed it ever since. You know, I'm not going to take my truck to the track with him because I've got many years of experience on this now, and it would be unfair to him with him just now getting into it. So I'm gonna let him enjoy it and grow, because that's how people get faster, is they continue to race and figure things out. But at the same time, like, my truck and his truck is two different types of truck. Mine is a small tire. His is more of a street truck.
But it doesn't matter. The tire equalizes it.
But the tire equalizes it. But
if it's 440 treadwear, right. If it's 200 treadwear, it's a different ball game. If it's 220 treadwear, it's a different ball game. If it's 315 wide versus 275 wide, it's a different ball game.
Or if it's a 295, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
I am beating my chest, and I will beat it forever. I will make Facebook posts once a year, comment on it every time somebody says, "What's the rules?" 275, 60, 28, 10, 5, steel roof and corners. That should be the rule for hard tire. There is never room for another class. But we all run small tire cars on a hard tire. That's fine. Some of us have more interior, less interior, but that's basically what they are. They're the same thing as every B class, the blue collar small tire car. That's what we all run. But there is room for a full interior, full weight street car class. Yeah. There is, and that's fine, but that's a different class. The hard tire
should stay hard tire.
It should stay gangster. It should be
gangster hard tire, 28 10 5 max, no matter what
that's
it is. And I personally feel like everybody should be limited to a 440 tire.
I don't think it should be 440. I think it should be 15-inch wheel.
If you buy
275/60.
if you buy 275/60, you got 4 or 5
Hey,
options.
that's it, and that
And they're
leaves.
all very, very close. to
That's
the
right,
same.
and they're all, and you got 4 or 5 options, whatever you feel comfortable with. 275/60, 28-10-5. Treadwear can be, it's got to be 400, of course, or 220, say, but they don't make a tire that's not 220. There's very few tires that are under 440 treadwear.
I found a tire that's from Australia, and it was discontinued for sale in America. I'm not going to say what it is.
Australian tires.
Well, you can't buy it in Australia.
I'm going to drive you down the wrong side of the track.
It was a 220 treadwear, 275/60.
See?
You just got to know where to look. But I don't know how to get that tire in America.
Shipping.
Was that my exit? It never said that. No, you can't buy it. Like, you can't buy it in America at all for some reason.
You should probably put it in your phone.
Was
I
that
think
my
it'll fix
exit?
it.
Maybe somebody should. Go ahead and turn
We
that
made
on
a bad
real quick.
decision. We recorded this video while we were driving there on the phone that had the GPS on it.
First of all, what's the address?
Oh my God.
815 Bear Creek Drive.
It's the next one. That's the road runs down it. It's the next exit. I'm almost positive it's the next exit.
Yeah, we're heading to Leachfield.
Eventually.
Eventually. We've only took a few detours.
So I went back. We got an extra hour now.
My car is
Finally.
my car's apart. We're taking Brandon's truck. I got suckered into this. I'm happy to be suckered into this.
Bullshit.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, exit 107.
Then we get riding up here and we get on the conversation about what is hard tire. And to me, hard tire is what Gary Mullins, Eddie,
Gary Miller.
Yeah, Gary Miller, that's right, Gary Miller. I'm sorry, he's not important. Completely on purpose. Gary Miller and all of that bunch,
They've stayed very true.
they have a different camaraderie between them. And the trick with hard tire is there's a relationship between all the people that race it that's completely different than what small tire is. I mean, small tire guys get along. I race small tire some too. He dabbles in small tire. We're nobodies. Our opinions don't matter, whatever. But we still race hard tire, and we stick with hard tire because Tyler Fields will come over and give me the spark plugs out of his car. We'll trade them back and forth if we have to run round to round to make it work. So will everybody, every one of those exit. What exit is it? They call themselves exit whatever. The Mustang group. All those guys, all of them will definitely help you 1,000%. They'll cook you breakfast. We do the same thing for each other. We ride up here. This is my worst enemy on Saturday. The minute we pull up to that line, and then after that, it doesn't matter. Hell, we raced at Clay City, and on the way back, I could hear him screaming from his truck because I beat him because he was happy that we figured that car out. I mean, that's just.
He made a great pass. I didn't.
Yeah, it happens.
You know?
In 2 miles, take exit 107 onto Kentucky Route 259 toward Brownsville.
For lack of opinion, I think Mickey had his ass the other day in the War Pig and hit the nitrous off the line. And it's all fun. We all learn from it. Yeah, I'm telling you, that thing was rolling. But we all have fun, man. It is what it is. And there's a different camaraderie. I never see. Occasionally you do. I see a few small tire guys that run together, but they're just 1 or 2 or maybe 3.
Yeah.
There's never. He called me last night after I drove 5 hours round trip to
From
go
US
watch
60,
the US 60 race. Right. I drove more than I was there, and I was on my way home. I was actually almost to Lexington. He calls me. I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm a pussy. Whatever. And I'm like, no, we're going racing. I'm going with you. And this morning I met him in Winchester, and away I go again on another 5-hour round trip with a 10-hour interval between it. But it is what it is. I don't see this in small tires. So whatever we do, whatever we agree on, whatever we disagree on, the hard tire guys, let's try to keep this. Let's try to keep this. We all work together and race together. We don't race. We're against each other at the racetrack, but we race together. We got a good group of guys. Whatever it is, why don't our group, like the hard tire...
Use the right lane to take exit 107 onto Kentucky Route 259 toward Brownsville.
Come up with a basic set of rules and call it, that's our rules. If we all got together and said we want to run 275/60, 10-inch wheels, steel roof and quarters, every race we go to, we are the bread and butter, we are the racer. Why not get along and make...
Take the exit, then turn left onto South Main Street.
The promoter has an easier time. He don't have to worry about us.
I want to know, like, Happy, Limpy, you guys, I know.
At the stop sign, turn left onto South Main Street toward Brownsville.
I want to know, and Jeff Thomas, I want to know at what point you all decided to lift the tire size rule.
I don't think they did. I think it just fell under. It was swept under the rug by being they had small tire rules on a hard tire, and then it become 440. We made a big deal of a tread wear, so they made it 220 tread wear. When they done that, they just kind of let it. They just
They
kind
just
of
never put it back.
They never.
I mean,
In 3 miles, turn right onto Bear Creek Road.
then it become tread wear rules, right? You know, there's got to be rules, or it'll run rampant. But
right now it's getting there.
minimal rules are better than I can answer this. So.
Catch us on the next one.